We'll now move on into a short presentation to update you on some of the important work happening in IAB Europe around, of course, standardization, because it's very important, and certification, two key areas that are vital to the growth and maturity of the retail media landscape. And for that, I'm very pleased to hand over to Marie-Clare, Industry Development and Insights Director at IAB Europe, who will walk us through the current state of these initiatives. Marie-Clare, over to you.
Thank you, Patricia. And yeah, I've been really enjoying the discussion so far, and I'm pleased to hear a few different references to the work we've been doing at Standardisation at IAB Europe. So I'm just going to do a quick top-level overview of what we've been doing and how we've been doing it, just to set up the context for the next panel. So we heard from both Douglas and MediaMarkt in the previous presentations references to the in-store standards. So we do have measurement standards that cover the entire digital retail media ecosystem. So that's both the on, off-site and in-store environments. So our measurement standards cover all three of those areas. How we created those standards, it's a collaborative process. So we start with a workshop with the retailers, the sell side of the industry, and we take to them, the challenge that we've heard, the areas that we think we can work collaboratively to standardize, and we sit in a room for 1 or 1.5 days all together and collaboratively work on what those standards can realistically look like with all of our members. We then take that work, we write it all up, and we take it to other industry stakeholder groups. So we take it to buy-side stakeholders, we take it to the broader Retail and Commerce Media Committee here at IAB Europe. We make any necessary kind of updates, changes, and then we publish for public comment for about 4 to 6 weeks usually, and then we publish the final versions. Having said that, we do continue to iterate on these, and we will be publishing a version 2 of the on and off-site measurement standards later this year. The other thing we've been working on is certification. So we published the on and off-site measurement standards about 12 months ago now, and one of the first questions we got was from some of the agencies actually, and the brands, was around, well, the standards are great, but how are we going to make sure that they are used, that different stakeholders adhere to them? And so with that in mind, we've worked on a certification program in which at the moment both retailers, retail media networks and ad technology companies can work with one of our 3 audit partners to check compliance against our standards and then receive certification from IAB Europe. This at the moment is for the on and off-site measurement standards. We're not quite there with the in-store piece, but once we've got past the pilot phase of this and got this program up and running, we do envisage moving on to in-store as well. So yeah, we're really happy to have this program in pilot phase and continue to engage with different stakeholders in the industry on it. Just a quick thing on what's coming next. So we heard the really good debate between Marta and Paul about incrementality, and I totally agree that incrementality is one metric, one part of the entire kind of measurement toolkit, if you like. But what we keep hearing is lots of different conflicting messages about incrementality, what it is, what it isn't, and what we want to try and do is bring some clarity to that space in terms of what incrementality sales measurement actually is, how you can measure it, the different types of measurement, the pros and cons of those measurements. So that's something we're working on at the moment. And we do actually have a very good blog post up on our website written by our retail media consultant, Yara Deher, and an associated survey, short survey, in which we're gathering industry feedback and insights on this topic. So if you do have 5 minutes, please go and have a look at that and give us your thoughts. That would be really helpful. And then just lastly, just to round this off in terms of kind of what else we're doing in this space in terms of standardization, we've been looking at ad formats, and we've published some guidelines around how to use the native protocols for retail media to try and standardize that a bit more. We're also looking further at standardizing display ad formats for retail media over the coming months. And as I said, we are looking to evolve our on and off-site measurement standards into V2, which will include, hopefully, considerations for commerce, so beyond kind of your traditional retail environment, commerce media environments, and the incrementality guidelines as well, as I mentioned. So that's just a very quick whistle-stop tour of what we're up to here. And if anyone does want to know any more about it, please get in contact with me, Jason, Patricia, and we can give you some more information.